Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Firza bin Muhammad Hanim and my student ID number is A18MJ0200 and my final year project title is Buckling Analysis of Composite Sandwich Plate. I am supervised by Dr. Zainudin bin Rasid. And before I go to further details, I first need to talk about the different type of composite plate. Firstly, what is laminated composite plate? Laminated composite plate is a composite material that obtained by a combination of two or more material which together have characteristics that separately usually cannot be achieved with reasonable cost. Composite plate made of layers of the various material and geometric characteristic, which is the reason why it's called laminated plates. It is also a composite composed of 2D sheets or panels which are stacked and bonded together with the orientation of the high strength direction, which is the fiber direction, varying with each successive layer. And next, what is sandwich composite plate? It is a sandwich structure composite is a special class of composite material that is fabricated by attaching two thin but stiff skin to a lightweight but thick core. Sheet metal is also used as skin material in some cases. The core is bonded to the skin with an adhesive or with metal component by bracing together. Composite sandwich plate is widely used in industries such as naval and aerospace. There are a few types of composite sandwich plate, such as homogeneously supported, locally supported, regionally supported, unidirectionally supported, and bidirectionally supported. The problem that needed to be understood by doing these studies is sandwich composite plate is considered for aerospace, but development of it is restricted by the lack of information of their behavior under compressive load. There is a need to understand between the type of composite and its effects according to their deformation. This is why a comparison is needed, even though it is known that composite sandwich plate is much stronger than laminated composite plate with the same dimension. The problem statement for this research is different type of composite will affect the stress of the plate, and secondly, the plate resulted in deformation and failure due to the stress occurred because of the different type of composite. There are three objectives to this research. Firstly is to determine the deformation of the composite sandwich plate. Secondly is to conduct parametric studies on changing type of composite. And lastly, to compare the buckling between composite sandwich plate and laminated composite plate. This research is mainly focused on the buckling and deformation of the composite sandwich plate. The scope of the project are as follows: fit support on all edge configuration boundary condition, A pressure of 0.1 megapascal on the surface is used to simulate the deformation. The system is considered as an isotropic or orthotropic depending on the type of material used, and Analsyis software is used to simulate the deformation of both types of plates. This is the flowchart of the methodology. Throughout this research process, this research is a 3D dimensional analysis which considers the configuration of both types of composite material with fixed support as the boundary condition and the dimension of the plate as constant, but the type of composite is different. FEM software such as Analsyis is used to compute the deformation between both types of composite. This research focuses on the effect of the type of composite with the same material and dimension on its deformation. Both composites will have the dimension of 76 mm by 76 mm with 1 mm of thickness. The sandwich plate is made of carbon fiber T700 as the top and bottom panel with core cell A550 with the laminated composite is only made of carbon fiber T700. The table shows the property for both types of composite material. The first table shows the mechanical property for carbon fiber T700, while the second table shows the mechanical property for core cell A550. The mechanical property is used in Analsyis to model our composite materials to obtain the results for the deformation of both types of composite plates. Both composite sandwich plate and laminated composite plate is simulated with the same dimension of 76 mm by 76 mm by 1 mm of thickness. The only differences between the sandwich composite plate, which is the sandwich plate, have core cell A550 as its core, with top and bottom layer consists of 2-ply carbon fiber T700, while the composite plate only uses 2-ply carbon fiber T700. By using Analsyis workbench software, the data for deformation is obtained when subjected to 0.1 megapascal of pressure on the surface. The figure on the left shows the deformation of the sandwich plate, while the figure on the right shows the deformation of the laminated composite plate. The result shows that the composite sandwich plate have a less deformation as compared to composite sandwich plate. The maximum for the composite sandwich plate is only 0.092107 mm, while the maximum deformation experienced by the laminated composite plate is 37.063 mm, which is significantly a lot as compared to composite sandwich plate. We can conclude, based on the result obtained, it shows that the type of composite plate will affect the deformation of the plate even with the same dimension and the same material. The use of Analsyis software is future users to find the value of the deformation for the fixed support on all side plate configuration. And last but not least, the studies also shows that a composite sandwich plate can withstand more force as compared to laminated composite plate. These are some of the references that I used throughout this research. That's all from me. Thank you for lending me your ears.